Shooting USA is brought to you by SnapSafe and their full line of premium vault doors. Use code SUSA15 to save 15% at Snap. Once again, my distinct pleasure to welcome another World Shoot gold medalist, this time Brennah Gaston. Welcome to the Shooting USA podcast.
Thank you, thank you.
Awesome to see you this morning. Let's go right into it. Tell me about your experience in South Africa.
It was definitely something I didn't expect to be going in the first place. Definitely not as dangerous as people said too. I know that was a big concern for a lot of people, but I didn't feel any more unsafe than I would places in America. But it was definitely a cool experience to have shooting so soon, I guess, in my career. Nothing that I saw coming. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely one for the books. And now I'm kind of sad that the next one is in 4 years.
I mean, it's a massive accomplishment, first of all. Let's talk about the fact that you came in as an alternate. So obviously, you had done well enough to be in a position to be selected as an alternate. Were you planning to go and be in South Africa, even though you weren't necessarily going to be on the women's team? Or how did that work out?
No, I never thought that I was going to be going. So I didn't even know that I was going at all until 3 months before. And I was just straight on the team from that point. I was just like, awesome. Do you want to be on the team 3 months out? And I was like, I guess.
I mean, that's a big ask to all of a sudden pack up and fly all the way across the world. I mean, knowing what I know about having done a little bit of research on what it would have taken to get us and a crew down there, that's a spend. I mean, and to have the flexibility and the capability in your schedule to go ahead and do it, that's a big step. What was it that made you know, hey, I'm doing this?
I just knew I wanted to go. I knew it was kind of a once in a lifetime opportunity, especially for where I was at in shooting. I have a full-time job. I do mortgage lending. Fortunately, I can work from home and I had a lot of paid time off, but I work a commission job, so I still had to sacrifice some. Sure. It was pretty much no matter what was going on or what I had to do, I was going and I was going to find ways to work around it to go. So it was never like a question on the table of, am I able to go? It's, I'm going. What do I need to do to make it work to go? So I even took like a week and a half off of work before leaving just to practice because, some people had a really long time to practice for this and I had 3 months. And then in July, I was really, really busy with work, so I wasn't even practicing that much. And I was like, yeah, we can't be doing this. I'm not spending all this money to go and not be practicing all the time. So I took additional time off from work to make sure that I felt trained and ready to go.
Excellent. Talk about the match. 5 days as opposed to what we typically see here in the States where it's, a national is 3 half days. 5 days down there. I mean, how demanding, how different is that?
It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. Our schedule was pretty fortunate too, to where, well, at first I didn't like it because we had the first day off, of shooting. That was our off day. And at first I didn't like it because, you're there for a couple days, you're feeling antsy. I had been shooting every single day for like a couple weeks, maybe a month. So then you go and then you're not shooting for a couple days and you're just antsy and everyone else has started shooting. But I think I actually started to like it because then once you started shooting, you just kept going. Instead of like starting to shoot for one day, then stopping, and then starting back up again. So I actually liked that. Shooting for all those days in a row, I did not think was bad at all, but maybe it's also due to how it was ran. Like, it was so freaking fast. Like, you're going through 5 stages within like an hour and a half. So for how fast they were moving, I didn't think it was any different, to be honest. Like, I don't think, maybe like the 3rd day I'm like, oh, my back's kind of hurting, but then you just stretch a little bit, do a little bit of rehab, and then I felt fine.
Others have talked about some of the challenges in travel with the weight limit for ammo and match ammo and the availability of match ammo and so on and so forth. Did you have to finagle anything when it came to packing your ammo to get down there, or did you have ammo sourced down there? How did that work for you?
Well, I was going to ship it, and then that kind of fell through. So I ended up bringing 1,100 rounds on the plane. Because I'm just going to bring an extra bag. I'm going to pay for the extra check-in. I'm going to pay for the overage so I don't have to worry about weight limits or be like moving stuff around, or maybe I can't bring enough. So I just kind of like sucked it up and paid like $300 each way just for like the extra overage. And I didn't even want to have to worry about it. So I definitely had enough ammo, thankfully, because I was kind of worried about that.
which makes I mean, if you can minimize the stress of the travel, that's a good thing. Some have also mentioned having last minute permitting issues, different things like that. Do you have any kind of problems like that?
No, I think I was actually one of the first people to get their permit approved, which was
Mm,
kind of crazy because we found out so last minute that our permits were probably the last to go in. So mine was one of the first ones to get approved, and then I think I had like an error on it, sent it back, they approved it. So luckily I had no issues with the permit either. When I got there, it was super easy. They just had me read off the serial numbers, boom, good. Same thing when I got back in. I had zero issues with ammo, guns, or anything like that, which was nice.
that's awesome. Working as a team, you girls were all squatted together. Is there an advantage in that? And what do you think, if there is an intangible in that, did that lend to the success?
Oh yeah, and we had group chats before. It was genuinely a really awesome team. It was such a fun team to be squatted with, and I went and trained in Arizona. I went to one of their IPSC matches before, so I shot with Justine. I know Kaylee went out there before, trained with Justine as well. But not just our team, the South African team that we shot with was hands down
Mm,
probably one of the coolest teams that we could have shot with. Like I was like we were cheering them on, they were cheering us on, like they were really cool. Like we traded numbers afterwards. I think we got extremely fortunate with squatting with them. Like it
mhm.
was just it made the experience so much better to know that we were all cheering each other on. I mean, like they were even fighting for calls for us, which is like really cool, you know? Um,
Yeah.
I think that's definitely, depending on the other team that you're squatted with, could make or break it. And I think it made it so much more fun. Their whole families were amazing. Like it was definitely really fun to be shooting with them as well.
Excellent. Tell me about the experience of not only winning, but the way that a world shoot concludes with the grand pageantry and the podium and the flags and the national anthem being played. I mean, it is quite literally the Olympics of practical shooting. Tell me about your experience just being in that moment.
Um, to be completely honest, it was really long. The ceremony was really long. Like it was kind of like, like you're all excited at first, but it was really freaking long. So by the time we went on the stage, I'm like, man, I just want to go eat food, like but then when you're actually up there, it's like kind of a surreal feeling. But leading up into it, I'm like, oh man, like I'm wearing heels. I bought heels to go to this, and I'm like, my feet are hurting. I really want some food. Like, but I mean, it was a cool experience for sure. But yeah, I definitely felt like it. Like if I had one gripe, I'm like, does it really
Yeah.
need to be like 9 hours long?
Oh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that pretty much sums it up, except for the one thing that I've been throwing at everybody, and that is, a highlight from your trip, not related to shooting, something you ate, something you saw, something you did.
um, Holding a baby lion.
Hmm.
Never thought I
Okay.
would hold a baby lion before, so we went to like I think it's like a lion I don't know, sanctuary or something. They had like lions,
Right.
tigers, and they had a baby lion that the mom I guess had rejected. So that's why
Hmm.
we were allowed to hold it. Otherwise, they were like this never happens. And if I'm telling you, if I could have, I would have snuck it out of there in my shirt. It would have come home with me. But I've never held a baby lion
Ah,
before, so that was really cool.
that's funny. You're, I think, the third person that mentioned holding a baby lion cub. So
Yeah.
that's cool. That was a moment for everybody.
Yeah.
Let's switch gear. Let's switch gears now and talk about race gun. A couple 3 weeks ago now, um, tremendous success there for you. I mean, you are the ladies' national champion in the open division. Tell me
Yes.
about your match. Yeah.
No, I had no expectations going into it. Coming back from South Africa, like I cannot tell you how like back and forth I was up until like maybe a week and a half before nationals. Like, do I shoot LO? Okay, if I shoot
Hmm.
LO, do I shoot a 2011? Well, if I'm shooting LO, might as well shoot my shadow because I've been shooting my shadow so much. Or I'm like, do I shoot open? Because I really like open minor. But if I'm shooting open minor, why am I taking the minor scoring? Might as well shoot open major. So that I was literally
Mm.
doing that for like weeks. And I was like going to matches shooting like different guns. I'm like, which one do I want to shoot? So I finally landed on open major. And then I just went with like no expectations. I was like, I kind of, kind of want to have fun a little bit, like from taking everything so seriously. And I feel like when you go to World Shoot and then you come back right away, especially it being like your first World Shoot, you look at nationals as not maybe particularly like a nationals. Like it doesn't feel like a nationals used to. Does that make sense? Because like your threshold for a
Yes.
higher match is like totally different. So maybe it felt more like going to like an area match or something like that. I don't know. But I was like, I
Mm,
just want to have fun. I'm shooting a different division. I don't really shoot. I know I can go fast
mm.
on this one. And the whole time during the match, I really just tried to focus on move aggressive, call your shots. Like that was all I wanted to do. If anything, like I kept checking like the men's scores. I'm like, oh, what was
Yeah.
my time compared to the men's super squad? And I kept checking them. So I had no expectations whatsoever of winning anything at all. So it was it was surprising to me to do that because I
Mm,
guess I shoot better when I don't have any expectations and I just shoot instead of getting all in my head. But it was even right after I didn't know how to feel. Everyone kept asking me, "Oh, how do you feel winning?" And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, I honestly
yeah.
don't know. I don't have an answer for you right now. I'm like, it's been a crazy year. Did a lot of unexpected things.
That is that is so quintessentially like a natural shooter's reaction. It's like I don't have any expectation here. Success will happen if it's going to happen.
hmm
And for you, all of a sudden, it's literally taking off. How long have you been shooting like on that national level? It's only been a few years, right?
A year.
A year. Okay.
Yeah,
And
I
good
shot my
gracious,
first
man.
like yeah, I shot my first major, which was handgun nationals last year in I think that was October.
Right?
Yeah, so I signed up for that a couple weeks before. And then I decided to sign up a couple weeks before Open Nationals last year, so those were my first majors. So I just went into those like, okay, let's just have fun with these. Open Nationals last year, I had never shot an open major gun before, ever. And I was supposed to shoot open minor, but then I show up to the match and a friend let me borrow his open major gun. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll shoot it. So I just put it on my belt. Shot open major for the first time, like on the stage, because I'm like, well, I don't shoot open and I'm here for fun, so might as well make it interesting. So I just did that. But I like the style of open a lot, actually, because I feel like I can move faster and aggressive.
Sure.
So yeah, I mean, I've only been shooting on a national level for a year now, a little over a year.
Right. Right. Competitively, though, prior to that, there had to have been some buildup. Talk about the path that gets you to this point where, in such a short amount of time, you're having like national champion level success.
Well, I started shooting in general probably, yeah, I think I would be on going on 3 years now. So 3 years
Unbelievable.
ago, I just started shooting in general, did a match, and then I didn't shoot any majors. I kind of stuck to locals for a long time, signed up for those. And then when I started gearing up for World Shoot, I did have Michael Pan training me.
Mm,
So, I mean, he was really pushing me at the range and helping me out. And then I took, like JJ Racaza's class and I
mhm.
had a lot of external help, but I think just having someone actually see what you're doing and giving you more advice, because before I was kind of doing it myself. I still had a lot of help from the community in Colorado, but then I moved to Florida where you can shoot all the time as well.
Right.
So now
Right.
I'm shooting all the time because of the weather and there's no like off season really. And then I had someone helping me all the time and training up for it and pushing me. So I think that's what really started to take off was honestly probably about middle of this year is when
Yeah.
I started to notice like a huge improvement and spike in my shooting. But before that, I was still really dedicated. I mean, I didn't have the opportunity or the funds to be live firing a ton, so I only live fired during local matches, and but I dry fired like twice a day. I'd watch YouTube videos. I'd ask people for advice. I did what I could by myself, and then having someone else really push me, I think, is what really helped me take off. And even now, I feel like I'm just getting started. Like I'm like there's so much I still have to learn and I have to work on and I want to be better on and that I can do better because it's like all these like small little details now that make such a big improvement. Like at first it's just like
Hmm.
fundamentals and then the small stuff and then you always revert back to the fundamentals. So I felt like a lot of this year I was working on a lot of that small stuff like little details and just footwork and getting your gun up early, like all these small things, like drawing faster. Not that a faster draw really matters if you're sacrificing your grip, but I mean,
Yeah.
it was slow. Like my draw was slow. So I'm like, if I can cut like a whole second off of it and shoot the same, like that's a second each stage, and you go to like a world shoot, that's 30 seconds. over 30 stages. So it was like those little small things that really helped me start to shave off a lot of time and be better. And I can still do a lot better on them, and I still want to refine them and keep working on them. But yeah, I think just like having additional help, but you still have to be motivated yourself. You still have to put the work in. You still have to want to learn. So if you stop wanting to learn, you're not going to keep going. But it's definitely doable.
Beautifully said. Obviously, it's doable, and I mean, you're on a absolute vertical arc right now in your career. I mean, a year into shooting nationals and you're ladies national champion. The world is on notice. Brennah Gaston is coming for everything that she is due. Congratulations again on all the success. Thanks for giving me the time on the podcast today.
Thank you. Thank you.